What's going on, everybody? Back out on the water, man. I had a couple of issues. Back out on the water, man, testing out some new equipment. See right there, I got the Minnkota Quest, the Ultrex Quest, and I got a new 16-inch screen. So getting it all dialed in, man. And my early feedback on this, man, if you're in the market for a trolling motor, a top of the line trolling motor, this Minnkota Quest, this Ultrex Quest is the real deal. I'm so impressed. I've had it on for about 20 minutes now, and it is a big improvement, I think, over that Garmin Force. And I like my Garmin Force. I was one of the first ones to get the Force, but this Ultrex Quest is the real deal, man. It's super quiet. It's smooth. The foot pedal is a lot more responsive than that Force, and it's just a smoother, easier operating trolling motor, in my opinion. So I'm glad I made the change, and I like my Force. Don't get it twisted. I was happy with my Force. I ended up cracking the shaft on it, and I was thinking about switching anyway. So I went ahead and tried this Ultrex, man, and I'm so glad I made that choice, that switch, because this is awesome. Really awesome. So I'll kind of go over in detail later, kind of what the features are and what the big differences are. And honestly, I recommend both. If you like Garmin and if you like the idea of having all your stuff being Garmin, I recommend it. But for what I use my trolling motor for, this is a lot better for me. It's a lot quieter. It's a lot stealthier with just as much power as that Garmin, and a lot simpler to use. All right, let's see if we can get a couple fish here. Really wasn't much for me to dial in. I mean, everything dialed in. This 16-inch screen, this is the 1643, and I love it too. Clarity is really good. Didn't cost me an arm and a leg like that A616 would have, and I like it. I really like it. It's setting further away than I had it before, so I'm getting used to having to reach out a little further to do the settings. And then down here on my Humminbird, I got the Ultrex already synced to it. I got my trolling motor speed, and that was my biggest concern when switching over. What I like about the Garmin was speed indicator was right on the trolling motor, and I rely on that big time, especially when I'm chasing down open water fish. I can see my speed of the trolling motor right on the screen, so that was important to me. And they didn't have a speed indicator on this Ultrex, but I got it right here, my miles per hour and my prop speed right there, and I got control of everything. So everything I needed, I got. Of course, I got all my Humminbirds networked with the trolling motor, so I can control the trolling motor from back at the helm if I want to. But the biggest thing is, if I'm spot locked and I'm with my son or a guide trip, we can make the jog adjustments left and right. That was my biggest use for that screen, is when I'm on a guide trip. A lot of times I'll have the separate pole on my guide trip. That is so much easier on a guide trip when you got that separate transducer pole, so they don't have to worry about the boat control. But sometimes if I'm doing something in the back and the boat is drifting off the point, my client can reach on here and go left or right. He has control of the pole, so he can reposition himself and keep fishing and not have to worry about this boat and the target disappearing and all that other crap. But overall, man, I like these moves I made. This is definitely an upgrade. The 16-inch screen, if you can afford it, I recommend you get it. But this Garmin Ultrex Quest is the real deal. I mean, I knew when I let it down and went about 15 feet with it, I knew this was this whole different ball game here. Ultrex Minnkota did a really good job with this. All right, let's keep testing it out, y'all. I'll hit y'all. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.